road is definitely becoming less of a road. A common occurrence in my exploration. Things will go from paved road to dirt road to Jeep road to four-wheeler road to trail. And it's always a question of when will I actually stop and give up and either start walking or turn around. There's been several times when I've definitely gone too far and gotten in a lot of trouble. We'll try not to do that today. But it's getting narrower and rougher, and we're not there yet. We're about to the location, and there's some little structures here. It's pretty cool looking. Interesting little place. Don't expect to see this much greenery out in the desert. But it looks like there's a spring right here. There's water there. And this old cabin. Pretty cool. This is why I like geocaching. Probably never would have ended up at this old cabin in spring. But because someone put one here, I think 19 or 20 years ago, now I'm here. It's actually some friends of mine that put it here. I just never got around to finding this one yet. So today's the day, hopefully. I mean, I'll look for it. We'll see if I find it. Just taking some pictures of this place. Interesting wallpaper. Looks like the geocache is up this way. We'll walk up into the hills a little bit. Interesting quartz rocks. Probably a mine here somewhere. Probably need to cross the fence here. And I'm using my phone as the GPS, so I'll have to keep stopping the video and making sure I'm walking the right way. Always love to look at the cacti out here. Hopefully we'll see some wildlife, other than that dove that just flew away. GPS said 45 feet, so I figure I can turn the camera back on and start the search. And I think I see it. Looks like a bucket in the juniper tree over there. These really old caches were usually bigger containers like this. It's not out of the ordinary to see a bucket with a cache itself. I think this was hidden in 2002 or 3, if I remember right. I started in 2001. It's kind of brittle. Try not to break it. Not in the best condition. Fun to see another JJAC card. And here's the logbook. It's always fun to look at the old logs. Hidden 2003. Big Dad took the nut in 2004. That was a fun game. Cashew nuts were a stamped numbered item game that we used to run around 20 years ago, run around Utah trying to find them and get points in a little side game inside of geocaching. I loved it. It's fun to see these old names. Came by to drop off cashew nut number 227. Punchman, miss him. He was a fun guy. Lots of old classic geocaching names here. Poker Nut, my friend. This is like a walkthrough geocaching history right here. Fun to see all these. More recent, 2016, Dork Team, Peanut's parents. Looks like that's the end of it. So if that's true, what's that? 6 years since this has been found? Alright, well, I'll sign the log and move on. It's definitely beautiful out here. I'm going to take a look at the spring and then get back on the road. Got some other things to see today. Maybe step into the cabin first. Like to make sure there's no beehives I'm walking into or anything. Very interesting. Kind of a cool place to build your nest on that loose piece of molding. It started to come off of the wall there. So it's just hanging out and it has a nest built on it. Looks like Brindley was here just a couple of weeks ago with Carson. Pretty cool place. Actually, I see something else back there. Some water coming out of this. Probably don't want to go in there with how wet it looks, but that's pretty cool. It's kind of built into the hillside. Probably some kind of cold storage or something. First I thought it was a mine entrance with water coming out, but I don't think so. Usually when I see a doorway with water coming out, it's a mine. There's big old trees out here. It's always fun to see how big the trees get. Right around a spring when you're out here in the middle of the desert with no trees. Water bringing life. That big one fell down. Alright, we'll get back on the road. Fun little detour. Got a nice view of Table Mountain from here. Got an anthill. Cool little survey marker. Love those. Riverbed Trail Well. In the southwest quarter of Section 8, Township 10 South, Range 9 West. The well and trough are dry today, but I believe there's a geocache at the end of it. Didn't grab the GPS or anything, I just noticed online it looked like it was at the end of this thing. So we'll see if I'm accurate. Don't see anything yet. Hopefully I wasn't foolish in thinking I could just come out here and find it. But it's still worth it to see this place. Could be further away from it. Well, I don't see it. It seemed obvious enough when I looked online from home. You could see this trough on the satellite view, and it was just right at the end of it, so I figured I don't need the coordinates or anything, I'll just go there and look at the end of it. But at least now I know who to call for a good time.